Hey, what's up everyone? Paul from Grindhouse Funhouse, and even though we're 3 weeks into 2024, I still want to wish you a happy new year. I hope 2024 is much better than what 2023 ended up being. I certainly hope so. The new year certainly started on the right foot with the annual subscriber week, Vinegar syndrome, giving people a short window of time to pay up the ass in getting every single releases they'll put out this year. I would imagine you do save in some ways doing this, just the price of shipping alone here in Canada is utterly insane and makes it almost not worth buying movies online. But I'm sure the subscription makes it a bit cheaper if you do want to get your hands on everything. In conjunction with the subscriber week was also daily deals. They would refresh every day at noon, a lot of titles with slipcovers, mostly of the VSA kind. And on the last day of the sale were 4K UHD titles. Since the last time I actually bought directly from Vinegar Syndrome was this time last year with their 10 for $10 sale, which those were excellent deals, much better than this sale, but what I got here compared to the non-sale prices was still very much worth it. So without further ado, I'm gonna get into this box. So here we go. All right, first purchase, Minefield. Here's the original artwork. Here's the extras you're gonna get with this. This was released in 1989. It stars Michael Ironside, Lisa Langlois, and Christopher Plummer. It's about a police detective played by Michael Ironside who gets triggered by someone he kills on the job. And somehow it unlocks a memory he didn't know he had of him being a subject of a CIA experiment. This is a Canadian International Pictures release, which has become my favorite Vinegar Syndrome partner label. All these kid-exploitation movies from the 60s, 70s, and 80s they've put out so far have been the bee's knees, as the kids say. They really curate that label well. All those beautiful Blu-rays fills up my cold, dead Canadian heart with joy. Minefield was shot right here in Montreal and directed by Jacques-Claude Laure, who was our best genre filmmaker to come out of Quebec, who sadly passed away a few years ago. I was lucky enough to meet him at a screening of one of his 70s French Québécois movies, and he signed a copy of Visiting Hours, which was the first movie he did with Michael Ironside. I don't know if you could see it. It's right here. So yeah, that was my first purchase during the sale, and for some unknown reason, it only clicked in my mind 2 days in that the sale was happening, and on the third day of the sale, when I bought Minefield, it already had been online for a few hours, and I missed out on the slipcover. Let me tell you, I was so distraught that I missed out that I went on eBay right away, and lucky for me, there was a local seller with a copy that was very close to the price I just paid, and I got myself that precious slips. I'm gonna post that copy on Facebook Marketplace, you know, make my money back. But yeah, all this for a piece of cardboard. All right, these next two were movies featured on Red Letter Media in Best of the Worst episode. I am a huge Red Letter Media fan. In some ways, I aspire to have that kind of YouTube freedom and be able to live off of what I love doing, like J. Mike and Rich Evans certainly seems to be doing. The first one being Unmasking the Idol. There you go, right here, the slip. This is the original cover right here. The extras you can get on the release. This was released in 1986. It's a James Bond ripoff. It's about a fella named Duncan Jacks who must stop an evil terrorist from acquiring nuclear bombs that could start World War III, together with his trusty baboon, Boone. I mean, he must have taken him a whole afternoon coming up with that name. He takes on the almost impossible mission, stealing the gold that the evil terrorist plans to use to purchase the weapons of destruction. From seeing the review, I am not expecting much, but silly good times. They even managed to squeeze out a sequel a year later titled Order of the Black Eagle, which I can't see how Vinegar Syndrome won't release at some point. And then maybe I'll review both. Who knows? The second RLM reviewed movie is Alien Private Eye. Right here. You the original artwork. Here are the extras. And it's about an alien from a faraway planet who works as a private investigator on Earth. He gets involved with a quest to retrieve a powerfully addictive drug that was sent to Earth on a black disc. It looks so awful that I know I'm going to have a good time with it. This was directed by Vic Rubenfeld, who a few years later went on to create the TV show Early Edition, starring Coach Taylor from Friday Night Lights, Kyle Chandler. I actually remember watching the whole thing in the mid-90s. So he managed somehow to make something respectable and make his coins after Alien Private Eye. Mad props to Mr. Rubenfeld. And my last purchase during the Subscriber Week Daily Deal sale, that's right, I only bought 4, is the 4K of Terminal Island right here. Here's the back. The original artwork right here, much cooler. The extras you get. And this was released 3 years ago, and they produced 5,000 copies of it, and they still haven't gotten below 1,000 copies that remains to be sold, which baffled me because it seems like a real banger. This was released in 1973, and it's about California murderers who are dumped on an island after the abolishment of the death penalty to spend the rest of their lives unsupervised. Their two groups are formed, one led by Psychopath and another group determined to bring him down. It's directed by Stephanie Rothman, one of the very few women during that time who was behind the camera and directing exploitation movies. She also directed Bloodbath, The Student Nurses, The Working Girls, and Group Marriage. That's pretty rad. For some reason in my mind, I kept confusing Terminal Island with Jim Brown's Escape from Devil's Island, which came out the same year. Obviously, both are about prisoners on an island. Now I'm thinking this might make a great double bill. For sure, a review of Terminal Island is in the cards. It should be up in the next few weeks. Even though this was a tiny little haul, I wanted to do this video because I recently noticed that most of what I did in 2023 on my channel were movie reviews. And while that is fine and dandy, I miss doing updates like this, so I'm gonna work on doing more of that again. Certainly buying more movies, which last year was probably the year I bought the least amount of, will help on that front. Other things I like to do, live streams. I only did one that was back on my birthday back in March 2022. I want to try that again, just shooting the poop with you all, be fun. Even if it's for one person watching or 50. I'd much rather it be 50. But yeah, I'll think of themes, subject matters, possibly interviews that would be worth going live for. There's still my filming location videos, 4 of them. I still haven't got around to finish and I need to get those out. I have no idea why it's taking me so long. Actually I do. There's one location I need to find my way to sneak into to complete one of those videos, and for some reason that's giving me a mental block on finishing them all. It makes no sense, but that's how my brain works. There's a new movie review series I've been working on. It's movies shot right here in Montreal, and the first one should be up soon. A couple weeks ago, I posted a survey here and on my socials asking what name I should give that series, and the result from it was very helpful, so thank you to those who participated. Minefield is definitely on the list to be reviewed, and I got so many I want to go through, and it definitely will link up with future filming location videos as well. There's a sexy movie review series I'm working out in my noggin right now. How would I go about it without having YouTube all up in my ass? Talking about those kinds of movies is something to figure out, but that also would be fun to do. I mean, just going through the sensual world of Black Emmanuel box set, which was my other big purchase last year. Man, I would have content for this year and many, many years to come. One last thing I will do, and I've tried it before, but this time it's gonna be a super duper mega video on my entire movie collection. Imagine just hearing me talk about every single movie in my collection for hours on end. Doesn't that sound exciting to you? It sure does to me. I love hearing myself talk. Is there enough people out there that care enough for me to do that? I actually want to find out the answer to that question. So doing a 7-hour video will unlock that mystery for me. So yeah, that is a few of the things I want to do with Grindhouse Funhouse in 2024. Hopefully, you'll be along for the ride. So go visit all my socials at Grindhouse Funhouse, like, share, and subscribe. I am getting closer to my 2,000 subscriber goal, which I like to hit by the end of winter. So if you haven't subbed yet, please do so. It would mean a lot to me and helps this channel getting more eyeballs. Did you participate in the Vinegar Syndrome Subscriber Week 2024 daily deals? And if so, what movies, what films did you get? Let me know in the comments. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll say to you, ciao, bye for now.